Devastating news for Palestinians who have dealt with over a year of their family members getting slaughtered, of their homes, their schools, their universities, their hospitals getting pulverized. Now they're hearing that the President of the United States will aid and abet the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians in the Gaza Strip.
You can't live in Gaza right now, and I think we need another location. I think it should be a location that's going to make people happy. If we can get a beautiful area to resettle people permanently in nice homes and where they can be happy and not be shot, not be killed, not be knifed to death like what's happening in Gaza, I don't think people should be going back to Gaza.
Would Palestinians have the right to return to Gaza if they left while the rebuilding was happening?
It would be my hope that we could do something really nice, really good, where they wouldn't want to return.
How many people are you thinking about?
All of them.
Few things are more humiliating than the United States getting dog walked, the President of the United States getting dog walked by a foreign leader. And in this case, as is usually the case here in the United States, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, smirks as Donald Trump does his dirty work, his dirty bidding in promising to ethnically cleanse the Gaza Strip of Palestinians, forcing them off their land and essentially pressuring neighboring countries, particularly Egypt, to absorb them as refugees.
Yeah. So first of all, yeah, he had that sly smile on his face the whole time, Netanyahu, like he just ate a bird. But also he looked like he was a ventriloquist. And meanwhile, the puppet is talking. And so we just exchanged puppets, that's all that happened. And I told you that Trump would be worse than even Biden, who was horrific. And we told you that they had a deal. And that's why Netanyahu did that so-called ceasefire as soon as Trump came in. And the deal is, yeah, I destroyed Gaza. Now you use it as an excuse to expel all the Palestinians and you help us with the ethnic cleansing. So there you go, exactly as ordered by his boss, Trump came in and was like, yes, sir, I'll do everything you ask. Even more pathetic than Joe Biden. Let's be clear about it.
So this was during a press conference between Netanyahu and Donald Trump. This was a long planned press conference. Now, here is Trump stating that Palestinians would love to leave Gaza because he would know what's in their hearts and minds better than they do, and that they have absolutely no other alternative but to leave Gaza. Take a look.
I feel very differently about Gaza than a lot of people. I think they should get a good, fresh, beautiful piece of land, and we get some people to put up the money to build it and make it nice and make it habitable and enjoyable and make it a home.
They don't want to leave, though. Palestinians say they don't want to leave.
I don't know how they could want to stay. It's a demolition site.
That amount of forcibly displacing those people from Gaza?
I don't think so. I think if they had the opportunity, they'd love it. If they had an alternative to Gaza, they have no alternative right now. I mean, they're there because they have no alternative. What do they have? It is a big pile of rubble.
Right, it is. It is a big pile of rubble. Why? Why is the Gaza Strip a big pile of rubble? Could it be due to the terrorist you're sitting next to, the Prime Minister of Israel? Could it be that that guy is the one who led the effort in essentially destroying the entirety of the Gaza Strip, killing tens of thousands of people, most of whom were innocent civilians, women, children, elderly people? And we're gonna pressure other countries to absorb Palestinians, help ethnically cleanse Gaza of Palestinians, and essentially settle them as refugees in other neighboring countries. By the way, the neighboring countries, including Egypt, not interested. But when the pause on foreign aid was announced, remember, there were two exceptions, and those two exceptions were Israel, of course. American taxpayers are the personal ATM machines for the Israeli people and Israeli government. There's no question about that. But there was also foreign aid continuing to flow to Egypt. Why? Maybe that's part of the bribery that the United States wants to engage in order to convince Egypt, to take Palestinians in.
Well, it's part of a peace deal that they made. And so the only reason Egypt's getting a dime is because Israel authorized it. Otherwise, they would never get anything. Now, understand, the Middle East has no funding from America anymore at all, except Israel. So all their competitors wiped off the board. Now they don't This is just a literal fact, and you can catch all sorts of emotions about it if you like, okay? You can catch them on both sides. But Israel went from being the country that we gave the most aid to being the only country we give aid to. And along with Egypt, only because Israel ordered it. So now they have all of our aid. And now we're canceling aid to the UN, to everyone else that might ever think about helping Palestinians. So what did you get? You got America first? No, you didn't. You got America second at best. Israel is always first. And by the way, if you're a Democrat, don't tell me that, you're outraged by this.
No, they love it.
Okay, because Joe Biden did the same goddamn thing, and all we heard from, I don't mean Democratic voters, Democratic officials, leadership, etc. Oh, it's great, Israel, we love you, we will obey you no matter what. And then what did Biden give them, over $20 billion? We've now given over $300 billion to Israel. Okay, when do we get our end of this deal? And I don't, again, you can catch all kinds of feelings about this. I don't give a goddamn. I'm tired of this robbery. They bribe our officials through so-called campaign contributions. The Adelsons have given $337 million to Donald Trump, Sheldon and Miriam, and they bought him on behalf of Israel. That is an undeniable fact. Anyone who is lunatic enough to say, no, I bet Trump's not affected by the $337 million. I bet Biden wasn't affected by the $11 million he got from AIPAC. I bet none of the politicians were affected by over $100 million that AIPAC spent in this election. Oh yeah, are they bought by Israel? Oh, that sounds so outrageous and offensive. No, the ethnic cleansing and genocide of the Palestinians, it is what is deeply offensive. The fact that all of our presidents are bought is deeply offensive. So MAGA, enjoy America second.
So Trump repeated that Jordan and Egypt should take in Palestinian refugees and that the whole Gaza Strip should be, his words, cleaned out. Now, additionally, Trump made it very clear who's running or calling the shots when it comes to foreign policy related to the Middle East. And you're gonna get a little taste of that in this next clip.
In your talks with Prime Minister Netanyahu today, do you intend to press him about how many deaths there have been amongst Palestinians? Are you concerned about that death?
I talk about that too. Both sides mean a lot. I talk about that. I talk about the other side. I talk about everything.
What's your main message to him today during your meeting?
Well, I'm here to listen. He's here to see me, and I'm here to listen. So.
He's here to see me, and I'm here to listen.
Yep.
I'm here to listen to my boss.
Yep.
Okay, the person who calls the shots, especially when it comes to what happens to Palestinians, the fate of the Palestinians, the land in the Middle East, the decisions I make about Middle East foreign policy. It is so utterly disgusting. But this is what we're dealing with, right? I mean, the bribery is a huge problem. It impacts both parties. But you're right, Biden didn't go as far as Trump is willing to go in aiding and abetting the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians from the Gaza Strip. But I just want to take a quick moment to talk about what Biden did do. Because Biden refused to use his leverage. He refused to withhold American weapons and military aid to Israel until Israel agreed to a ceasefire. When you don't use any sticks at all, there is no incentive to bring Israel to the negotiating table in good faith to actually sign a ceasefire deal. So his mess bled into the new Trump administration, thus allowing Trump to do whatever he pleases.
Yeah, so that was wonderfully pathetic, as he said, big, bad, tough guy Donald Trump. Oh, nobody's the boss of Donald Trump. He'll do whatever he wants. And he said, I'm here to listen. I'm gonna listen, Benjamin. Please keep sending the money. Oh, Trump, pathetic. I'm here to listen. I'm here to listen. Yeah, why don't you send another $300 billion of our money to your overlords? So come on, man, there's not a person in the country that isn't a moron or a mainstream media reporter who doesn't realize that Washington, D.C. is occupied territory. It is totally owned and controlled by Israel. And so if you deny that, you're denying reality. And so now Trump's saying, oh, I wish they had somewhere to go. I bet they'd love to go. That's not 1% true.
Yeah, why don't we talk to the people who lost their homes in the Pacific Palisades? Because I recall Donald Trump, calling out Mayor Karen Bass in Los Angeles for not allowing homeowners in the Pacific Palisades to access their lots. They wanted to access their lots right away. Well, why? Why don't we just clean out the Pacific Palisades? There's nothing left. There's nothing left. Why don't we just find some other fresh plot of land? It'll be so beautiful. Why would they want to go back to their homes?
And maybe we send them to Guadalajara, or maybe we'll send them to El Salvador. Who cares about them? Oh, and maybe if somebody attacks Texas and destroys Austin or Houston or Dallas, we'll go, oh, it's already destroyed. Oh my God, if Israel did it, it would be allowed. I mean, God help us if Israel decides to attack us, because it would be totally allowed. No one would dare object in Washington because the bribes keep flowing in through campaign contributions from AIPAC and the Adelsons and everything else. It is disgusting. No, they don't want to go anywhere else. That's their home. You tell somebody in the middle of Texas, that's all right. The Mexicans or the Israelis or whoever the hell bombed your home, killed your family, but that's all right. We got you a beautiful place for you. Fresh start in El Salvador, go for it. Okay, what would they do? What would they do? Everybody watching knows what the people of Texas would do. They would fight back against the colonial, imperial sons of bitches that destroyed their houses and their family. But if the Palestinians ever dare to fight back, terrible savages, they're the violent ones. No, Israel destroyed Gaza. Gaza didn't destroy Israel. Israel is Goliath, destroying everything in its path. Not innocent little victim, my ass. Not 1% victim. Israel, it loves this and loves bringing and playing along with our presidents. Netanyahu comes, he gets standing ovations from all the corrupt Republicans and Democrats kneeling before him, and then he plays puppeteer with Biden, Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, and I will listen to him. That's Donald Trump for you. Okay, where's the tough guy? Nowhere to be found as long as the money's flowing. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.